This is the introduction to the screen that you get whenever you enter into the EMR. You can see that it's a pretty busy screen, and I'm going to go through several of the things that you will be using when you enter into the EMR. Basically, when you look at this, you see the on-patient census, on-site patient census, and this is the census that's in your hospital. The hospital here is Z-Test, so you can see all the babies that are in the Z-Test hospital. Down here, you can see the history of what's been going into this hospital, and realize that you can go by provider name, you can go by the patient's last name, you can go by the patient's date of birth. Okay, so or even the last encounter date. If you click it twice, what will happen is that, like here, I get from A to Z. I click it again, I get from Z to A. Here, up here is the selected patient. So when you highlight a patient over here in this area that's on your patient census, it's going to come up over here. The same thing will happen if you click something here, down here, and you can go up over here. It will show up over here. What happens down here, though, it's a little bit different. This is the history of the billing for this patient here. It doesn't give you the history of the encounters. It only gives you the history of what's been billed. So if you want to see what's going on with encounters, you would have to open the chart itself. I see there has been no billing on this patient, Gene Z test mother, but let's see if there's an encounter. It always asks you if it's the correct patient, and I'm going to say yes. And we do have an encounter from April of 2010. Let's see what's in that encounter. And there was just maternal data. Okay, so someone had input maternal data on this patient just to see what it would look like. Realize that you look over here, that's a key that's on the file. This is a template icon. When you see a key there, that means that you can open this, but you can't change it. All right, once it's locked, that's what the key means, you can't change it. So let's go back to the main screen, and the way you get back to that is you go here to System, Practice Template. I want to go on Patient Census, and then I get back to this screen again. Let me do that again. I'm going to go into another baby's chart. So here I am. I'm in this patient's chart. Now I want to get back to the first screen that I had. Go to File, System Practice Template, Patient Census, and there I am. I'm back, and you can always tell the hospital up here is the Z-Test hospital. I'm not going to go through the other hospitals in here because if I open them, then I get into a HIPAA problem. But Z-Test, there are no real people here. It's just a fake hospital. Now, here we are with baby girl Frankenfield. Okay, it's in the select patient. Uh, Something always shows up there. I don't know how it shows up there, but it did. But let's pick another different baby. Let's pick baby boy James. And look what happens when I pick it. It goes in here, and then I get the history of what's happened as far as the billing. Remember, this doesn't mean that there aren't other encounters here, but what it does tell me is that this is the billing that we've done on this patient. All right. So those are the main places over here. You have the census, you have the history of the whole hospital, and then when you have a patient up here, you have the history of the billing. When you open the chart here, it'll ask you, is it the correct patient? You say yes, if it is the correct patient. And the reason why it's asking the correct patient because you're entering a lot of information, and you want to make sure it's correct. When you do that, all the encounters that this child has had are placed over here. To get back, I go here, patient census, I get back to the main screen here. So this has been the video showing you the main parts of the first screen that you see when you're going into the EMR.